the most. It's Lydia Caesar, and we are so excited to have you here with us tonight. You could be anywhere in the world right now. It's a Friday night. Outside is definitely back open. It's been back open. So you could literally be anywhere, but you have chosen to spend a portion of your Friday night with us, Music Forward, Open Mic Fridays, and we are so excited and pumped to have you. Before we even get fully in show mode, do me a favor and send this link to somebody. I'm sure one of the artists performing tonight sent you the link. You may not even know exactly what's going on, but you know what? It's going to be good. So send the link to somebody else. Let's fill up this Twitch room right now so that these artists have a nice, huge audience to perform for. So, welcome to Open Mic Fridays. Like I said, I am your host, Lydia Caesar, and we have some of the freshest talent from around the globe that shows up for Open Mic Fridays. We have had artists from in Africa, in England. It's just been an awesome experience being able to host this and see all of the artists come and showcase their talent. So thank you for joining us on Twitch. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, right here on the Twitch platform, so that you don't miss out on all of the great things that we have going on at Music Forward. So before we get started, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what Music Forward is and Open Mic Fridays. Like I said, you may just have gotten a link like, hey, I'm performing on this, watch me. But what exactly is Music Forward? Music Forward is an organization that connects young people from our communities directly to the music industry. They do this via career and artist development programming designed to transform young lives, inspire careers, and champion a more inclusive music industry. Listen, I'm an artist as well as a host, and the industry can be a really tough nut to crack. So this is the artist right here, right? This is the industry. Music Forward is literally the bridge, bridging that gap one event at a time. So, what is Open Mic Fridays? Open Mic Fridays is a performance showcase where young artists share their talent, they gain exposure, right? You guys are watching right now. And they also get live feedback directly from industry experts with successful careers in music. That is the key part that I feel makes Open Mic Fridays so special. Don't you hate when you want to know how to do something and somebody tries to tell you what you can or can't do, but they've never done it before? It makes no sense. This is not that, right? We have experts in this industry who are going to tell these artists, give them some gems drop some gems on their performances. So let's get back to the lineup for tonight. So tonight is our industry pick showcase. So basically, what that means is that all of the artists that our industry experts have selected this season are returning tonight to perform one last time. So this is the best of the best. We've had a whole season of open mics, and from each episode, somebody was chosen, and they're here tonight. So at the end of this performance, our industry guests that you'll meet in a few minutes are going to make one final choice, crowning one lucky artist, the industry pick of the entire season. Super special. Not to mention, thank you so much to Sennheiser, our sponsor. We will be providing an incredible prize package of professional equipment for our final industry pick. The artist selected will be receiving a pair of headphones, an audio interface, a 1-hour private session with an engineer, which is super amazing, priceless. I'm also a Sennheiser microphone. This is a Sennheiser microphone right here that you see before me. So yeah, these artists are in for incredible prize package. Now, before we get started with the artists, let us meet our industry experts for the evening. Industry guests, please turn on your cameras as you're coming in. I'm going to tell the audience about each of you. First up, we have Norvay Denton, Senior Vice President of A&R at Warner Records. In 2008, Norvay joined Island Def Jam / Motown Records as the West Coast Regional Director of Artist Development. For the next 8 years, he identified opportunities for growth within the label and their roster and began to build strategies around underserved artists. I love that. His hustle and A&R ambitions produced great successes from BJ the Chicago Kid to Kelly Price, and gains him the respect of A&Rs internally and the greater creative community alike. Denton currently serves as Senior Vice President of A&R at Warner Records. He's a big dog, y'all. He's developed and spearheaded the career of countless artists with writing and production credits on songs featuring Wale, 2K Baby, YFN Lucci, J. Cole, Marshmello, and more. His next project will be taking on an executive producer role on Freddie Gibbs's forthcoming major label debut. Norvay, thank you for carving out the time to be here.
Thank you for having me. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, we are so excited. So let me start the night out by asking you a question that I think every artist wants to know the answer to. What would you say it takes to get the attention of an A&R?
I think just living your truth. Any artist living their truth and focus on their craft to the best of their ability, not really paying attention to the noise, social trends, or anything else will always kind of stand out as, just being true to themselves. And when you're in your glow, that's when we notice the most.
Yes, I love that. Honesty always wins, right? You can tell a fake. It's just sometimes it's just so obvious. So I love that you said, just being in your truth. I think that's super special. I'm excited to pick your brain throughout the night. And thank you once again for being here. So I'm going to stick around, don't go anywhere. I'm going to introduce our next industry expert, Chuck Nunnally, DJ, producer, artist, director of operations at Honor Flow Productions. Chuck Nunnally, professionally known as DJ Chuck the Old Soul, is a homegrown Los Angeles, California DJ, producer, and artist. He's also 1/3 of internationally rising hip hop group Honor Flow Productions. As a DJ and member of HFP, Chuck has performed at historic LA venues such as the Greek Theater, the Wiltern, and the Troubadour. He is also a go-to select for private events and organizations such as the Los Angeles Dodgers and Vanity Fair. Including his creative work in the public eye, Chuck has also honed his craft behind the scenes in radio broadcasting, music journalism, live production, and artist consulting. Chuck, welcome back.
Hey, Lydia, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Good to be back. Good to see you.
Yes, you are Open Mic Fridays veteran. You have been here before. We're excited to have you back. You gave such great gems before. I'm sure you'll give some great ones tonight. Starting out with asking you this question. So how does one get to the place as an artist, independent, especially where they can perform at iconic venues like the Troubadour?
You know what? It was just having the guts to ask. To be honest,
you better say that.
It's just having the guts to ask. Funny enough, the poster that's behind me right here is the first time we performed at the Troubadour. We threw a show there, and we just went to the promoter and said, "Hey, we want to have a night here," and we worked out the paperwork. So, as an artist, you gotta not be afraid. You gotta ask. You gotta go for it. The worst you can say is no, and you can come back later on. But you cannot be denied. That's one thing as an artist. You cannot be denied, and you always just gotta truck forward. You're gonna get a lot of no's in this business before you get a yes. And when that door opens up for a yes, it's gratification. But yeah, you got to keep going no matter what.
Yeah, it's always going to be more no's than yeses, which is natural. But those yeses move you forward. You know what I mean? So I love that. Shoot your shot. And especially if you have all your ducks in a row, if you've been doing your work and lining things up, definitely go out there and slide in them DMs. Ask, shoot your shot. You never know. Okay, well, thank you so much to both of you for your time and attention this evening. We're going to have a great lineup for you. So at this time, I'll ask you to both turn off your cameras and we will be visiting you back throughout the evening. All right, you guys. So you have seen that we have some exciting music industry experts here, some professionals. They have seen and done so many amazing things, and they're going to provide feedback for our young talent this evening. So let's get this show started. Last thing I want to do is remind you that the chat is open tonight. Listen, as an artist, I can tell you firsthand how You never know how far a word of encouragement will go. This is a tough journey. There are some days where you're like, I should have just done, I should have got a 9 to 5. I should have did something else, right? These comments that you leave, these words of encouragement may be the words that help them move on to the next stage, help them stay in the game and fight another day. So send them some great words of encouragement during this performance tonight. All right, let's get the show started. Coming to the virtual stage, we have our first performer. Make some noise, everybody, even though I can't hear you. I want to feel that energy wherever you are. Start clapping right now for BB Sophia. Come on in, BB. As you're coming in, let me tell the audience, hey, BB, welcome back. I'm going to tell the audience about you. Originally from Miami, Florida, Sophia Gonzalez is a singer-songwriter based in New York City. Sophia is a classically trained dancer and choreographer who graduated from NYU Tisch Dance and later on in her life found her passion for writing and singing. She recently released her debut EP titled Cursed on all platforms. Sophia has been calling the genre lullaby trap, as it is a mix of pop, hip hop, and soul. I love it. Her influences include 070 Shake, Lana Del Rey, Amy Winehouse, Cody Black, and XXX Tentacion. Sophia is currently focusing on writing and performing her music. She is a storyteller through her art and aims to inspire others through her words and melodies. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're excited to have you. So first of all, before you start, tell the audience where you are and why.
Okay. Yeah, right now I'm not in America. I'm in Italy and I'm just here for like a 3-week like dance workshop intensive. Wow. And it's 2 a.m.
I love it.
But
the hustle is real.
Yeah, no, it's been great. I'm really happy to be here. I'm happy that like it worked out. And I'm also excited to sing this song because it's not released and not really anyone has heard it. So
nice. So we're getting an exclusive is what you're telling us.
Low key.
Love it. We love exclusive at open mic Fridays. So listen, it's 2:00. I want you to get this performance out the way. I want you to have a great time. And then I want you to get some sleep because I know you're tired.
I mean, last time I was like, I stayed on the, last time I've learned a lot from everybody else and I'm like already awake. So I'll probably just stay and listen. But we'll see. But I'm here, so.
Awesome. Well, listen, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, this is BB Sophia. Take it away.
Don't look in my eyes, I can't take the heat, I still feel the tragedy stuck inside of me. The cold air feels good on my cold heart, but I'm warm inside though, I'm soft inside though. It's time to go home, I'd rather walk. Think about my recurring thoughts. Do you ever think about me and get lost in your thoughts? I'm taking these shots, I wanna get lost, baby, I wanna get lost. My stomach's in knots, your love's a toss, but you're the one stored in my mind, baby. You're the one stored in my mind, baby. nuts. Your love's a toss, but you're the one stored in my mind, baby. You're the one stored in my mind, baby. You even love her. You even love her. Do you even love her? 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 Just be my lover.
BB Sophia, always a vibe. You are a vibe, honey. Just, I mean, look at you, like, no makeup, black sweatshirt, like, and you just got on here and just killed it. Super honest and pure. I loved it. Great job.
Thank you.
Let me get our industry experts in here so we can get some feedback. Norvay, let's start with you.
Hey Sophia, how you doing? Um,
Good. How are you?
good. Absolutely love the top line melody. I
Yeah.
think it's a very rare natural ability to have, a sense of depiction for top line melody. Charles will tell you, the best writers have the innate sense to manipulate top line melody, and that's how hits are made. So I think you have, a super organic and natural feel. It's really warm. And so just continue to follow that and embrace it. Continue to practice, vocal steadiness. Don't be afraid to stay in pocket and, strengthen that vocal or whatnot. But overall, tremendous performance. I love the top line melody.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I agree. It's infectious. Like, as soon as you hear it, it's like, ooh, it just does something to your soul. All right, DJ Chuck.
To quote the great poet Sugar Free, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. To put on a performance like that at 2 a.m., definitely applause to you for that. Because some people can't step up to the plate and do that. So you always got to be ready. So first of all, props for that. Second of all, and I was doing due diligence on everybody's on the line before we got together today. The thing I love about you is we're talking about top line earlier. Your ability to multi-genre, and that's something that's huge today. You had a record on your Spotify, it's called BB Jazz. And for you to have these trap drums and jazz lines, and to have these melody, these harmonics, that's unique. That's something I think you should strengthen. You should keep going with. Your sound is unique, and I think that's what sticks out to any artist that's going to break out. So you are onto something in terms of your style, and of course you have the jazz element, the dance element. You can be multi-sounded, which is important these days. So excellent job, excellent song, excellent vocal performance, and the creativity is going to shine the more you keep developing your style. So keep on it.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
great.
you.
Also, great vulnerable songwriting too. I want to say that as well.
Yeah. I mean, the honesty is so, like I said that earlier, so important. The audience can feel it, the listener can feel it. So definitely keep that honesty in those lyrics. And I love that you quoted that, Chuck. I literally just said that today on the news. If you stay ready, you don't got to get ready. So when you said that, I was like, oh, we're in sync.
Come on now. Got to represent the
right.
West Coast.
Okay. All right. So BB Sophia, it's your turn. Pick our industry experts' brains. You have a question prepared for them. It's your turn to let it out.
Yeah. I know you guys like do a lot in your profession, and like I know there's like a lot of like subgenres like in what you do. So I guess like so like my question is like knowing where to put your energy or like your focus, like because I feel like lately I've been trying to put like all of my focus in like 10 places at once, like with like the music and the dance and then this, that, like, and I feel like that's not the most like efficient way to go about it. So I guess like maybe if you have any advice on like I don't know if there's like so much like how to just like choose one, or not even choose one, but just even for the moment, like I don't know if you have anything to say on that.
I think that's a great question.
For me, it depends on where my creative energy is at the time. It's a bonus that you can do so many multiple things, and as someone that can produce a record. If when I'm in production mode, I'm just in production mode. I'm rarely in DJ mode. If I'm in writing mode, like I can multitask, but I have to use my full brain on all these tasks to make sure I do it well enough. So to answer your question, it's wherever your creativity lies at the moment. Sometimes I don't feel like making beats. I want to write a record. Sometimes I don't want to write. I'll just make a bunch of beats and then write. Or sometimes I don't want to do any kind of studio work and I'll just DJ a bunch. So it really depends on just follow your creativity. And because you never know what tool's going to get you in the door. That's the other thing. So sometimes your choice to that could be, okay, my songwriting, I mean, me as an artist may not be going at a place at this time, but my songwriters give me the opportunity to write for other artists. And then you got to direct your attention to that. So sometimes it could be your creativity and sometimes it could be the opportunity in front of you. But it depends on, those two things to me, and then for you to make that decision. But you can't do all at this. You could be a jack of all trade and a master of all, but not at the same time. That's the way I approach it.
Love that. Norbe?
Yeah, just to piggyback on what Charles said, I think, the biggest thing is focus on what you love the most, right? Identify which facet. Is it dance? Is it music? The vocal arrangement of it all. Like, find one thing that you're really passionate about, the one thing that you wake up thinking about, you go to sleep dreaming about, right? Whatever that is, identify with it and become a master of that craft. And you can always double back and perfect other skills, but become a master of one specific craft. And then once you nurture that, hone that, and it becomes a reflex, then move on to the next one. But everything else will benefit because you've mastered one.
Yes. Love it. That's great. And you know what, Sophia, like, look at you right now. Like, you're literally in another country dancing all day, every day. And there's still like, I don't mean to get spiritual, but the Bible says your gift will make room for you, right? You like, there's been room made for you to get on here and still sing for people. So while you're doing your thing, your dancing thing, you're still able to flex that muscle of your singing and your songwriting abilities and show that off. So just always know and trust that, God, the universe, whoever you look up to and pray to is going to carve out the space for you to exercise your gifts. Even if you're putting more attention in this area, the door is going to open so that you showcase everything for sure.
Thanks.
All right. So, BB, Sophia, thank you so much for an amazing, amazing performance. Guys, if you're watching, make sure you're showing love in the chat, show love on Instagram, all that. Follow us at Music Forward and comment on the video. On the flyer that Sophia killed it. All right. You never know. You may help persuade the experts on who they're going to choose tonight. Okay. Thank you so much. All three of you may now turn off your cameras. And we're going to move along with the show. All right. Coming to the virtual stage, we have Holland Is. Come on in. Holland is a recording artist and record producer from Compton, California, that is currently reinventing the sound of contemporary hip hop, effortlessly gaining traction with his energy-fueled delivery and clever bars. He has been co-signed by some of the most notable hip-hop blogs, including Zane Lowe, XXL, Lyrical Lemonade, and No Jumper. Helping guide the next wave of LA sounds, Holland sets himself apart with cadence-driven bars and animated beats that highlight his sonic personality, a style that is hard to imitate and impossible to replicate. Holland, I love your bio, and getting to see you perform and reading it, I'm like, this is a true bio.
Thank you,
Yeah,
man. Just to be a part of this, be a part of Music Foundation, Music Forward. It's a blessing, and I appreciate everybody for their time and their input.
Yeah, we're blessed to have you. So tell the audience about the song that you're going to be performing tonight.
Okay, the song that I'm performing tonight is called "Don't Take My Style." I released it top of the year last year. It's still going strong. It was played on Zane Lowe. It was mentioned in a lot of blogs, so it's one of my fan favorites. So I hope you guys like it tonight.
Okay, and listen, if you're watching this, you have to check out his song Ray Charles. Hit the Ray Charles, is it called?
Blind to the BS, aka Ray Charles, out right now.
The main line is the Ray Charles. It is such a smash. I'm low key sad you're not doing that tonight, but I'm excited to hear a new song from you because I'm sure you got them hits. So without further ado, Holland is take it away.
Thank you. Thank you. And I appreciate everybody in the chat going crazy right now, man. My people's telling me everybody's typing Hollandaise in the chat. Hey, I appreciate y'all. We're finna turn this up, man. Let's get it.
Man, we know where you got the trick from. You got it from Hollandaise, IZZ. And I'm gonna tell you like this.
Don't take my style. Don't take my style. Everybody hands up. 1, 2, 3. Don't take my style. Don't take my style. Don't take my style. Don't take my style. You wildin', you a young dude profiling. Better watch out for them girls. Them old diamonds and them pearls. Who trippin'? Who the one in they feelings? Who the one talking tough like a diligent? I'm the one that put the brain with the middle with the heart. Got the people's all in their feelings. Shut your man. If you want smoke, you could have a bam. You told it, I'ma knock it down. If you do one thing, don't take my style. Don't take my style. Don't take my style. Don't take my style. Look. Life is a lesson, better not get worse or murk, young. Gotta get it out the dirt. You smirking, you backstab, man. How you said so? But you crying to the pastor. I ain't really feeling you, fool. Yeah, pop lock to the padlock. Got more money than idiots do. I'm in the idiot fool. With a bad little mamacita. I'm like, yeah, baby, nice to meet you. Still crashes. 3 folk in the basket, I'm smashing. If a nigga want it, then I'm grabbing. I'm cashing on it. Check that, I see. If you want this style, you gotta pay. Hey, don't take my style. Don't take my style. Don't take my style. Hey, music forward. Everybody in the chat, make some noise for yourselves. Thank y'all.
Yo, no lie, I was in here dancing, laughing, like your energy is infectious. I absolutely love how you actually gave us a performance. The record is also great, super catchy. I love the beat. I mean, you're a vibe. You know.
Thank you. I
I'm
appreciate
just
that.
keeping it honest. Let's get our industry experts in here. Industry guests, turn on your cameras. Charles, let's start with you.
First and foremost, I want to give props that even on Zoom, you put that camera up and you put on a set. I'm a big believer when you're performing that, especially for someone you don't know who they are, it should be, all right, who is this person coming up here? And by the end of it, be like, yo, who is that? And your energy, even on Zoom, reflected that. And just kind of like I said, looking at your music and some of the history you have, you definitely have a lot of great tutelage and experience to you. I see you open up for Dame Funk, who's one of my favorite artists at the Roxy. You came through the 1500 and Nothing Academy in Inglewood. Yeah, like you mentioned earlier, Zane Lowe and the homie Nick Newcomb played your record on Apple Music Radio. Yes, so you're learning you have a great repertoire early of how to break through, and your live performance shows that. So be true to yourself. Make sure you keep honing that live performance. Yeah. That's going to be the thing that's going to break you through, because you're from LA. How many shows in LA have you been where someone's opened up and about half the time someone is good and half the other time,
exactly.
I'm just going to say that. Your live set is going to set you apart. So keep it funky, keep honing your craft, keep writing great top lines. I did check out the Ray Charles record, which had me dying with the whole, yo.
He did that. I was finished. I was like, bro, who is this? I loved it.
Keep that creativity and keep that energy. And no matter who's in the room, whether it be on Zoom, 5 people, 500 people, always perform, your behind off as you did here. So props for that, man.
Thank you, Charles. Much appreciated. Hey, keep it going, OG. I salute you.
All right, Norvay. Oh wait, okay, there we go.
I love when every once in a while you see somebody perform and you can kind of tell they're 100% confident in who they are, and it comes through in the performance. Um, like Chuck said, not just the energy, you transcended. The moment we got through with the pleasantries and the introduction, you literally transformed into a different person, and you owned it from that moment. So that charisma is infectious, right? So uh never lose that, never lose sight of that energy or whatnot, because whether somebody's paying attention or not, you just demanded our attention and we gave it to you 100%. So I would just say, keep the energy going, keep that sense of charisma, that spark, that charm, and be unrelenting in your truth. Like, continue to press upon us, like whatever records that you're performing, give that same amount of attention to detail that you just gave, and sky's the limit, bro.
I agree.
Thank you, Nove. Much appreciated. And I just want to give a big shout out to you. You was one of the first A&Rs to sit me down in the office. I know you probably don't remember, but hey, man, that really went a long way for me, and it just skyrocketed my career. Thank you.
Always, bro. Always.
I love it. All right, so Holland, it is your turn to ask a question to our experts. Whatever you want, whatever's on your heart, on your mind.
No problem. 1 second. All right. My question is, what are some signs when it's the right time for an artist to push from indie to a major label?
Will you get that offer? No. I'm just joking. Anyone want to answer that?
Yeah, I would say the writing, you won't have to look for the signs will come to you, right? When you're putting the music out and organically building a fan base, and shows are starting to pick up, and offers for shows are starting to pick up. If you got merch, you'll see the merch selling a little bit quicker. You'll see the stream count going up a little bit faster, because nowadays you guys have the utility to have access to DSPs within your palm. You can direct link to, all content that you stream, whether it's YouTube, Spotify, Amazon. You guys have full control of your own accounts now. When you see the stream when the stream count starts growing, labels are paying attention too. They got full-on data teams and research teams that do nothing but study the analytics. But also, too, it's something to be said about you being born and raised in LA, and it's a multiplicity of scenes here, but they catch on quicker than other B10 markets. So your work will go a little bit faster, move a little bit quicker than someone, say, in Boston or in Philadelphia or in Miami. You're in the access city. It's only New York or LA in regards to that. So, the labels, the powers that be, whether it's a distribution or indie label or major, the more work you put out there, the more we'll pay attention and we'll come to you. You won't even have to worry about it.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
Thank you.
I have one word for your question: leverage. Leverage. This is a business at the end of the day. You want to make sure who you go into a partnership with, whether it be a major label or a bigger label distribution, you want to make sure they're partners with you, especially since you put in all this time independently to build up your brand. So when you get that paperwork, you want to make sure everybody's happy at the table. So before you can go to that, or as he was saying just now, like, they'll find you. So you want to make sure your numbers are right, your shows are right, your merch is right, and you can talk out an agreeable business deal where everybody's happy. So until you have leverage, keep going independent.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes,
Great.
sir. Thank you guys for both of you guys' advice. Much appreciated.
I hope
One love.
y'all are out there taking notes, okay? Other artists who are watching this, I hope you're taking notes, because this is like a low-key masterclass right here, okay? So thank you so much, Holland, for that amazing performance. And of course, to our industry experts, all three of you may now. Oh, wait, head over to @musicforward on Instagram and show Holland mad love. I know y'all already going crazy in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Let them know he should be the one. All right. All of you may now turn off your cameras. All right. We're having a great show so far. If you're having a great time and enjoying this, let us know in the chat. Like, this show is fire. Like, spread the word. We have another season coming up, so you may want to perform or be a part of it. This is definitely a vibe. So make sure that you're going off in the chat, letting us know how you're feeling about tonight's show. Okay. Coming to the virtual stage, we have Alina. Alina, come on in. I'm going to tell the audience about you. Alina has been gigging professionally for 4 years, singing background vocals. That means she can really, really sing, you guys, okay? Alina has performed with Stevie Wonder at the Greek Theater. That means she could really, really sing, you guys. And for a project with Kumani Washington and West Coast Get Down. She's also sung alongside Sheila E. and One Republic. As a solo artist, she has performed her own sets in LA at iconic venues, the Wiltern, Hotel Cafe, and the Mint LA, and has busked on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. During the start of 2020 and quarantine, Alina opened a live stream show for Azomalti. She has held a residency at Haven City Market in the Inland Empire, performing original music and rearranged covers with her band. Alina, welcome.
Hi, everybody.
Yay. I'm so excited that you're back just because I am like obsessed with your voice.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, I'm all about vocals. Like when somebody can sing, I'm like, just keep going.
It
So,
feels good to be back. Yes.
yeah. So tell the audience what they can expect from you this evening.
Yeah, definitely. So, this time I'll be doing a different original of mine. This one, I actually co-wrote with two other amazing songwriters last year when I was a part of Grammy Camp 2021. So shout out to them. This is our song called Love Divine. And yeah, super excited about it.
Yes, awesome. I'm excited. I'm excited for the audience to get to hear you, see you. So without further ado, Alina, take it away.
Okay. Tensions in the air. Oh, is this feeling really there? Should I read between the lines? I don't wanna get it wrong this time, but I'm confused. Is it just a waste of time? Do you want me to want you? Could I call you mine? If I ask you, would you give me a sign? Our love could be divine. Ooh. Ta-da!
Ladies and gentlemen, Alina.
Thank
Insane.
you.
You are so incredibly talented.
Thank
Love
you.
So welcome. My pleasure. You sound like an angel. The song is phenomenal. Let's get our experts in here. I can't wait to hear what they have to say. You two may turn on your cameras. Norvay, let's start with you this time around.
Lydia, you literally took the words right out of my mouth when she started. Sounds like, is that her? Does that sound like an angel jumped into
Oh,
it?
I'm telling you, like, what?
Took off. Man, I mean, first of all, amazing, amazing, amazing voice.
Thank you.
Is this an original work?
Yeah. Me and two other songwriters got to write this last year in Grammy Camp.
Yeah, I love the record in totality. I had enough breath. It wasn't overly long. The pocket was right. Syncopation sounded perfect. I mean, literally no critique on my end. Continue
you.
to write. Continue to write. If those are collaborators that you frequent with or keep in touch with, I think the best thing to be said is, collaborating when writing. I know a lot of people shy away from it because they want to have 100% ownership, but when you can produce something that sounds like that and you collaborate with individuals, I think everybody benefits, the most from it. So continue to write in unison with others and collaborate, but just, keep perfecting, keep singing, keep practicing. Every day it'll only make your vocal stronger, but you sounded amazing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and to what you said about collaboration, like when you look at the biggest records out here, and look at the credits, there's mad names. Like that's what's making, like that's what hits are from their great collaboration. So for sure, keep those collaborations going. Charo?
Definitely.
You grabbed us all by the soul when you started singing and playing. There's something about just stripping everything down and just having the song and an instrument or whatever the case may be. And you just nailed in all accounts. It makes sense for you, for someone that's some backup for Stevie. And you said the West Coast All-Stars, like Kamasi Washington Jr. and Battle Cat, just
they're my family.
It makes total sense. Like those people all have soul. The artists we just named have soul, and it's right there in the song you just did. And to Norvay's point, as someone that's in a band, because groups and bands, especially in hip hop, or a dime a dozen these days, only so many. To me, there's enough money to go around in the publishing sense. What's more important to me is the record right. Whatever it takes to get the record right, whoever can contribute, that's the most important thing. So I encourage you to keep writing with the group you found. And because there's no denying when you find people with the right chemistry, especially you say Grammy Camp. One of I think the biggest things about Grammy Camp or Grammy Next is the program I was a part of, or just being an Academy member, is just finding those right collaborators. So continue to write with them, continue to sought out other songwriters and producers to work with as well, and keep honing your craft. Like it was even with the latency off at times, because of Zoom. Even it didn't matter. Like your performance still shined through, even though the latency was messing with you. So incredible job, beautiful voice, great playing. You did an incredible job.
Awesome.
Yeah, I agree. You already know I'm a fan. So Alina, ask your industry expert question.
Definitely. And I just want to speak on like the collaborating. Like that's always a huge thing for me, whether songwriters or even just musicians. Like that's definitely something that I look forward to, and just networking in general. And because now just recently I've been accepted as a Berklee student, so hopefully
congratulations.
Thank you. But hopefully being a part of that will help me, just branch out even more and meet other people who, can fall into the circle of my sound and even exploring other music. But anyway, to my question. So, I mean, one of you being like an artist and one of you being more music business with A&R, I just wanted to ask, what led both of you to choosing your specific career path? Because, not everybody wants to be an artist in music. Some people prefer to be behind the scenes or to be managing artists instead of being one themselves. So I was just curious, what led you guys to kind of go in the direction that you're in right now?
Yeah, love it. Whoever wants to go first.
Go ahead, Chuck. Go ahead.
It's a calling. That's the only way I can put you. It's a calling. Depending on whatever your spiritual level is or your religious beliefs. But for me, it's a calling. I saw a Tribe Called Quest my first week of college at the Wiltern, and that was it for me. I DJ'd before, I was making music before, but that was the thing that pulled me in. And there's a music teacher I had that told me music's not something you want to do, it's something you have to do. I have to do this. This is like oxygen. I have to do this. And for me also as an independent artist, doing the business side is at a necessity. Just learning every facet of it. And plus, when you get a team in place, you know what everybody's supposed to do. So learning the business side and taking all these other jobs, kept me around in the business, but it made me learn other parts of it as well. I'm an artist first, but, I want to make sure I know my business as well to make sure, things are right and to protect yourself, But the creative side, it's a calling. That's the best way I can put it to you.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. Norbay?
I think I found out at an early age, maybe 16, 17, that I was good at writing records, but I had no desire to be an artist. And I just started doing research on the music industry in general. One of my teachers told me to find something that I loved and pursue it for a living. And life will be that much richer. And so I started scouring around about different occupations and career paths within the music industry, and found out that there were individuals who found talent, signed talent, and helped cultivate talent, even creatively collaborated with them, called A&Rs, but they didn't necessarily have to be in the forefront because, to your point, Alina, everyone doesn't desire to be in the forefront as an artist. I think, as Charles said, that's a specific calling, and it has to be one that's organic and true to you. And so I didn't receive that calling, and I wanted to continue to create music. And I found out that this position best suited me to lend my gifts and talents to lift those who actually did receive the calling.
Love it. Love it. There's a place for everybody in this industry. And so I love, when everybody stays in their lane, so many amazing things can be accomplished. So I think that was a great question, Alina. Oh no, you're frozen, but you look so pretty. At least you froze in like a pretty way. I'd be freezing in the most ugly ways. Well, if you're in the audience and you came to see Alina, head over to our page, show love. Make sure you show love in the chat. You may be able to sway our experts in the right direction. And Alina, that was a great performance. I can't believe you're still frozen, like Zoom is playing with us right now. But all of you may now turn off your cameras. Okay. Alina might have gotten. Okay, cool. So we are moving on to our final performance of the evening. I hope you guys are excited. Coming to that virtual stage, we have KD Sizzle. KD Sizzle, come on in. KD Sizzle is a hopeless romantic and musical artist from Camden, Delaware. He mainly makes pop music, but is very versatile and likes to explore all genres. Hey, welcome back. Super excited to have you. I've listened, all of you are so memorable. We're at the stage where y'all are also talented. I remember loving your last song that you performed.
Thank you so much.
It was an entire smash. I know you're doing a different song tonight, but plug that song quickly for the audience.
The song is called Not With Me by me, KD Sizzle. It's available everywhere. It's I think the second song I've ever put out. Most personal song I've ever written, but yeah.
Great. It's a great song. So tell us about what you're going to be performing tonight.
So originally I was going to be doing my song Summer Gaze, because I've been doing RA training all week and my voice is like, but I woke up this morning and God was like, nah, you going to do Strangers. So I'm going to be doing a song today called Strangers. It's actually the first song I've ever been a part of from start to finish. Like all of my other songs, I've been like getting beats from like other places, but like actually sat down in the studio with a friend and we like made this beat from scratch, produced it from scratch, and it's been out for 2 weeks and it actually just hit 1,000 streams on Spotify today. So I'm like,
congratulations.
Really, thank you so much.
Testimony of your hard work.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I'm excited to hear this and I'm sure everybody else is too. So without further ado, KD Sizzle, take it away.
Thank you. When I close my eyes, you're the first thing that I see. And I can feel your love from across the galaxy. We were made for each other. You were made for me, but one day we wake up and we see that we've turned into strangers who just never stood a chance. Ooh, we turned into strangers. I just wanted one last dance, but we turned into strangers who just never stood a chance. So we turned into strangers, strangers, yeah, yeah. Okay, the distance, yeah, we let the distance come between us, and I missed it. It's been a long time since I've seen you. We used to sleep together every night and talk about your day. Conversations went from detail to so mundane. Went from waking up on Mondays to what's your name by Sunday. I guess the distance really showed us now that we turned into strangers who just never stood a chance. So we turned into strangers. I just wanted one last dance, but we turned into strangers who just never stood a chance. Who we turned into strangers, strangers, yeah, yeah. Strangers, yeah. Always scared that I could wake up, open my eyes to my surprise, it's you to leave me. Letter on a nice end saying you didn't need me. 2020 future, but now you couldn't see me. But now that we're not mad, the love we had lost purpose. I treated you so well, at least it seems so on the surface. If you love her, let her go. Just hope that it was worth it. Had to let go of the past between us and find my purpose. Now that we turned into strangers. Oh, we turned into strangers. Oh, yeah. Oh, we turned into strangers who just never stood a chance. Oh, we turned into strangers. Strangers. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. KD. That was fire.
Thank you so much.
That was, I'm so glad that you performed that. The song you did at Soundcheck was great too. I'm glad you performed this song though. This is, I guess maybe just because I got to hear like another song. So like now I know 3 of your records. This was so good. I loved your energetic performance. Your voice sounded great, even though you said you were doing RA training. You still ate it. Get our energy experts in here. DJ Chuck, take it away. Let's hear your feedback.
Let me just say first off, this shows the comeuppance of being a student artist. My man came in with the RA badge on his shirt.
You know what?
Fresh off the clock.
I said he has on his badge still. I love it.
I've been there, done that, brother. So the fact that you still put on a performance, like, you know what, I got work, but I'm gonna put on a great performance, and again, you turned the camera on, you grabbed the mic, like you grabbed her attention and say, pay attention to me. This is my time. The sound of it reminded me a lot of Cudi, a lot of Childish Gambino, NERD, and even had a sense of like, I don't know if you know the band Block Party. Kind of sound like the lead singer from Block Party as well, but this genre bending of rock, you know, in pop music, you know, sometimes, I'm just going to say, like, there's not a lot of us in that space a lot of times, and we can do all of that.
That's the main reason I do it.
So I applaud you for taking that leap and making a great pop record, because the relatability of, you know, 1 minute you're good with somebody, and the next minute you're just like, yo, we even like being around each other anymore. We don't like being in the same room. Like, so from a songwriting standpoint, the relatability of Strangers is a great record, man. Great performance, great attention. I applaud. Great job, man.
Thank you so
Excellent
much.
job, and keep developing your style, your sound, and the stories you want to tell as well. Because I think the power of the best pop songs is relatability. Your
Yes.
personal stories become for the world to. And I'm just gonna ask for a question: was that just an idea, or did that really happen to you? You don't have to tell us the entire story, but I'm just curious.
It was like a mix of both. Like there's obviously like some songs there's like a bit of fabrication when it comes to like the writing part, but it is based off of an experience as well.
Speak your truth. Always speak your
Okay.
truth. Great job, though, man.
Thank you so much.
Norvay?
I don't know what was better, hearing you perform or seeing the smile on your face when you finish performing.
Right?
That sense of pride, that sense of relief, but overall just that sense of joy. Like I wanted to be right there in the room with you. Just
Facts.
I could tell. I could tell you live, eat, and breathe what you're saying. Which is why I'm sure Chuck asked you. How much of the story is true to you. I would say this: very few times you are able to actually project a record that resonates with you. Make sure that the records that you write specifically are always true to you and come from a real space, because that energy is something that, for the truth of the matter, a lot of artists can't really replicate. And the records kind of lie flat. It could be the most amazing song in the world, but they lie flat because they don't read true to them. So I think that's your superpower. You've identified it. So when you're writing these records, whether it's, a love story or you had a great lunch, write about that shit and, make it true to you and stick to it. Because it made me a believer in you. So just
Thank
keep
you so
doing
much.
it.
Yeah, I agree so much with Norvay, and from the first record I heard from you, there's just a real honesty and a happiness that is attached to what you're doing, and it transcends everything else. Like it's very infectious and it's very powerful, and it makes immediate connections. So for sure, make sure you always keep it honest, because it's working for sure. So ask your question to our experts.
All right. So the question kind of comes from like a something that like I kind of like try and like find out myself, I make pop music and there's not a lot of like black men making pop music, like pop rock, like none of that, right? So I guess my question to you is like, coming up in the music industry as a black man, what are some of like the biggest struggles that both of you faced?
That's a good one. It's getting deep in here. No. It's a good question.
Do we got time?
Yes. We got a few minutes. We wrap. This is it.
Go ahead, Chuck.
So you're saying in terms of in general or the music business? I want to make sure I size my answer in.
I mean, whatever you feel like telling me,
I think, man, what a question. Okay, let me size this down here. I think the biggest struggle is making believers out of non-believers, and just, man, and also just, God, what a question. It's the right to exist. I feel like sometimes we had to fight for our right to exist. We had to justify our right to exist as creators, as good people. I'll give you a crazy story. I was in Big Lots the other day. I was picking up some tables. And a gentleman looked at me like I stole something. I mean, it was like the biggest mean mug. I never met this person, don't know this guy, never seen this guy. And I kind of just waved at him. Like, hey, how you doing? Just gave him some generosity back. I don't know where the animosity came from, but he looked like I stole something. But it's just the idea of we have to justify our existence and be peaceful, but at the same time defend who we are as people. And it's like, where do you find the balance of being peaceful, defending yourself, and also building? This is such a question. I don't want to get too deep because we know obviously I want to make sure we stay on the music tip, but it's just respect, the respect of being a black man in this country, in this world, and being, loved and cared for, and also just adding great things to the world, because, we have added a lot great to it. So I know that was a lot, because that's a 3-hour question right there. So I hope
it is. That's why I said, ooh, it's getting deep.
I hope I answered it right, because my mother's watching, so I know she's probably like watching like, I hope I hit everything, Mom. So
I mean, there's no wrong answer to that. This is about your experience, and I love that you shared open and honestly, because that's what people need to hear more of. More black men stories, period. So I'm glad that you spoke in your truth. What about you, Norbe?
I think I'll give it to you in a different lens where I would try to take a little bit of pressure off of you, right? Because the first thing you said is, I'm a black man doing pop music. The one positive thing about 2022, when you look at the charts and streaming, it has no color or context to it. The industry has become increasingly genre agnostic. So there's a lot less delineation between what's rock, what's R&B, what's pop. The biggest rapper in the world right now sings R&B. And the last time I heard on Beyonce's new album, as of last week, she was rapping. So, don't worry about the conformities of yesteryear, right? And just walk in your truth in that regard. I think some of the plights that, we face from a cultural basis, aren't specific to just music, right? I think they're present in every facet of life, and we're trying to consistently break through glass barriers. But one thing that I would suggest for somebody as youthful and pure that's coming into the industry is don't pick it up. It's baggage. Just walk forward, knowing 100% what you intend to do, who you intend to reach, and what you plan on getting out of it every step of the way. And leave the baggage on the ground, let it lie there, and take things on a case-by-case basis.
Love it. Love that. Both great answers, both so many gems from different perspectives. And I just, you kind of make me think of Lil Nas X in a sense, because he's black, he's super chocolate, he's just different, and he has entered into a space that has usually predominantly white, because he's not, I don't even consider him to be a hip hop artist. He's a pop artist to me, right? So just the fact that I love how he entered this space and used his difference. He used his blackness. He used the fact that he's gay. He used everything about him that's true about him to bust through the doors and to say, I'm here and you're going to take me as I am. So I think that that's also something that you can really lean into your blackness, lean into the fact that you are unique in this space, lean into your beautiful chocolate skin, lean into your afro and how it's going to disrupt that area. Lean into that, because that's what's going to set you apart. That's your magic. That is your superpower. So for sure, just be encouraged. I feel like you have such a bright future ahead of you.
Thank you so much.
All right. So make sure you show so much love to KD Sizzle. All right. Because listen, I would hate to be y'all two, Chuck and Norbe. I would hate to have to decide on one of these talents tonight, because it was so great. But thank you so much, KD Sizzle. You may turn off your camera. Chuck,
thank you guys so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Chuck and Norbe, really quickly before you guys leave us, one parting word. If you can give one piece of advice to our up and coming artists, what would it be?
Keep the same energy. My best friend of almost 30 years sent me an email today when he was doing music with my group On the Flow Productions years ago. And it was 18-year-old me I'm reading about this record we're working on. And I can say the same energy I had in that email, of course, is a lot wiser. And I know when to tone it down now, being 34 now. But the same enthusiasm, the same love. You can't let anybody steal your joy. Yeah. You said it in the beginning, Lydia. There's the artist and there's the business. You got to be able to know when is what. But when it comes to the artistic ability of it, you can't let anybody steal your joy. You got to keep the same energy, because that's going to aid you in having a career. You have to love this.
I love that. Love it, Norbe.
I think something that was evident to me upon the beginning of the panel today, the courage that all four of you exhibited today. I dare say I don't even know many mature adults who would have the gumption to perform in these intimate spaces and put their truths and their vulnerabilities on a platform like this to be critiqued by complete strangers. Wow. If you can manage to do this now,
Right.
I dare say life's gonna be a cakewalk. Try not to ever lose this. It's something that most will never fathom and see. And walk in your truth, own that courage, continue to let that be your badge of honor and your shield of protection when the criticism is critical, when the words of encouragement are far and few in between, and in those moments of doubt, remember moments like this where you stood up and represented yourself at the height and the best of your ability. Clearly, truly, just in awe of all of you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you as well, Norve and Chuck. Both of you were great gems tonight, beacons of light for these artists. Thank you for your time and dedication to the craft. We appreciate you here at Music Forward. You will always have a friend in Open Mic Fridays. All right, thank you. And you two may both now turn off your cameras. Once again, my name is Lydia Caesar. It is my absolute pleasure to host Open Mic Fridays. Thank you for joining us. Peace.